We were playing against him, and I think I stole the ball from him. And I just remember him turning around saying, "You little piece of." And I was like, that to me, that was Larry Bird.
I wasn't around Larry as much. I sure saw it. Even as a rookie, I came in. He walked into the gym and said, "Coach, I think I'm." Told our whole team, but to our coach, "Coach, I think I'm going to have 42."
Larry legend. He wasn't the fastest, the strongest, or the most athletic. But the moment he stepped onto the court, everybody was playing his game. If there was an all-time intangibles category, number 33 in green and white would be the master psychologist, especially if you were a rookie during the 1980s, even the early part of the 90s. You came into the NBA thinking you were ready. Then Larry Bird comes over, gives you a rude awakening, something that still haunts these players decade after they retire. These former guys still can't help but laugh after sharing their stories, learning the same lessons. When Larry Bird talks, you listen and accept what's coming to you, as you should. Rookie Eddie Johnson recalls being punished.
I remember playing against Larry Bird my second year. He was always talking so much trash to me, and he taught me how to trash him. One game in Boston, he just worked me over, man. Like, I went out for the jump ball, and it was my second game of my career, and Cotton Fitzsimmons started. And I'm scared to death already. You know, not just a Bird, but, you know, I played against MacLeod in college. But Bird walks out at the jump, and the veterans on my team said, "Eddie, just don't pay attention to him." Fine. So I mind my own business on the jump, and he walks out, and he just stands next to me, and he leans over and he looks at me. He said, "Do you honestly think you're gonna guard me?" I just didn't say nothing. Then he stands up and he looks over at our bench and he looks at Cotton. "You all think this rookie gonna guard me? Man, I'm gonna bust you up," just right in my ear. And I'm just looking forward. I'm like, and so by that time, all the guys on the floor is just cracking up, even my teammates.
The story continues with more humiliation, proving who's boss.
Finally, he walks around, stands in front of me, he said, "I'm gonna tell you something right now. I'm gonna wear your ass out." And then I looked at him, I said, "I'm here, don't worry about it." I said, "You ain't intimidating nobody." I said, "I'm from Chicago, where you from?" He started laughing. Game starts, and he's just wearing me out, okay? And I'm trying to go back at him. I'm shooting bricks, kind of close. And he came down, he said, "You talking all that junk. I bet you can't do this." And he raises up from Steph Curry range. And he shoots an air ball. And I look at him, he's like, "That don't matter. It's the fact that I can do it and stay in the game. I bet you can't." I'm like, okay. And one time I said, "I'm gonna get him." I said, "I'm so tired of this mouth." So I drive, I give him an up fake, he goes for it. And I come up and I catch him right in his mouth. And I laid it in for an N1, and they called a foul on him. So we're on the free throw line, and he says to me, "That's all you can do is score. You can't defend anybody." I said, "I can do one other thing, though. What's that? I can make you bleed." Because his mouth was bleeding. So he didn't like that.
It also wasn't just on the basketball court, but off the hardwood, Bird was a menace and finally gained EJ's respect after this crazy story.
So after the game, I'm in there getting dressed and everything, you know, and he walks into our locker room. And he knew Jerry Reynolds, so that was his reason to walk into the locker room. Jerry Reynolds, the coach.
Oh, the coach.
In Sacramento, yeah.
Gotcha.
And so he walks over to me. And I'm like, "Is this fool gonna try to fight me in here? Because I'm ready to go. I ain't running for nobody." And he looks at me, and he reaches into his pocket, and he pulls out his key. He tosses me his room key. "Why don't you come back to the hotel? You and I can finish it alone. And we'll see who can make somebody bleed." I started laughing. I said, "Yeah, right." I said, "I have your little bitch, you know what, screaming." And he said, No, let's do it." I'm like, "Please." I said, "MacLeod and Paris will probably be around the corner ready to help you." And when I said that, he started laughing. And he looked at me and said, "You know what, I like you." And he left.
NBA all-time great John Stockton left mind-blown after seeing what Prime Bird did to his Jazz.
Even as a rookie, I came in. He walked into the gym and said, "Coach, I think I'm." Told our whole team, but to our coach, "Coach, I think I'm going to have 42."
How many do you have?
He had 42 and then checked himself out of the game.
No way.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty impressionable for a young player. He's the only guy that came into Utah when I was a young player and said, I think I'm going to have 43 tonight." Told our whole team that on the bench, and he came in and had 43 tonight.
NBA top 75 legend Dominique Wilkins eventually became rivals with Larry, had a nasty welcoming during his rookie season, 1982-83.
What was the best trash talk Bird ever said to you?
I remember the first time I played against Bird.
And I'm a rookie, you know. I'm glad to be in the league. You know, I'm in the Boston Garden, and I'm in awe. I'm excited. I'm playing against Larry Bird. I go shake his hand. He put both hands behind his back. You know, like, He wouldn't shake my hand. Back then, guys just
You wouldn't shake your hand?
wouldn't shake my hand. He would look at me and just nod, right? I'm like, you know what? Maybe he's just getting into the game. You know, I'm trying to give him the benefit down. The first play of the game, I'm guarding him because we played the same position. He's coming down the court and I'm guarding him. He looks at me. He said, I don't know why they got you guarding me, Holmes. I was like, huh? And he shoots a 3. I said, okay. And I wasn't mad he made the 3, but I said, did this some bitch just call me Holmes? Next time he comes down, he said, you don't even belong in this league. He hits another 3. And now I'm really mad now.
Right.
I just got burnt 3 or 4 times by Larry.
I came down, comes out, he shifts to his right, upside, and I go up in a fast break, and he comes out, and I'm pumping it behind my head, and he jumped. I said, I got him. Boom. He laying on the ground, he fouled.
Dominique dunked on me one time so hard, it almost killed me. So every time I played him, I tried to do my best.
He said, hey, Rook. I'm like, what? He said, I like you. You got balls. You got heart. He said, but I'm still getting 30 on your ass. He got about 37. Yeah. But I wasn't mad because I'm paying my dues. That's Larry.
Yeah,
you know?
right, yeah.
Simple as that.
That's who he was. But that was the only time he ever talked trash to me because he respected me because he knew that I was going to keep coming.
Shawn Kemp came into the league during Bird's latter stages of his career, but that didn't stop the legend from making massive statements.
My ass got busted real early, man. I came into the league, man, I was 19. We was playing Boston Celtics. So the great Larry Bird, I didn't really know much about it. You know, I'm from Indiana, Larry's from Indiana. I knew about the history of Larry, but I didn't realize how he really got down. I go to the game on the early bus, I get there, they come out on the court, they say, hey, Shawn, you starting tonight against Larry. And I was like, well, damn. I'm all for it, though. First of all, he asked me to jump ball. He said, you the cat that broke all my records in high school, right? And I was like, yeah, that's me. He goes, yeah, you're the one that used to dunk my brother too, right? Now, Eddie. And I was like, yeah, that's me. He said, I got you for you tonight. So every shot he was calling, at the defensive end, he would tell me, he'd be like, when I get down to the other end, I'm going to pump fake you, get a hand one on you, look at you, pull off the glass. That's how cold Larry Bird was. I was trying to foul his right arm. He was shooting with his left hand, banking it off on me, looking at me, still slapping me on my butt and everything, man, telling me everything. Yeah, I look at the boy, Shawn Kemp, Larry Bird, and I'm like, so, you know, I look in the mirror, I'm like, well, shit, man, I'm about to get this motherfucker fits out here tonight. So I was, before the game, I was over there rubbing my hands looking at him like, I'm about to get your ass, man.
What year was this for you?
This was my first year.
Oh, okay.
And that day, that morning they came out with a USA Today article, and they said that Larry didn't have it no more. So he came out that night to make a statement, and I was just the prime candidate to be Before the game, he told me, he was like, he just shook his head at me. He said, man, it's gonna be a fucked up night for you. He was actually calling out bank shots. He would say, next time, bank shot left side. I'm gonna pump fake you. Your dumb ass gonna go for it.
He would tell you that, and it happened.
And I said, first of all, I'm gonna be so close to you. If you shoot the ball next year, I'm gonna try to rip you off your socket. And what you think he did, man? A quick pump fake, dog, and he go for that shit. He
got you.
Man, come on, man. I guarded his ass so tough that after the game, he came. He sent a little letter over there to me. He was like, I've had nobody play defense that hard on me.
I love it.
He go, I appreciate you playing out here. Then he was like, I got a little All-Star game. Why don't you come work out with me? Come to All-Star game, man.
That's dope.
And let me see that summer. And I was like, shit, that meant everything to me.
Yeah, that's dope. You guys became friends after
absolutely,
that. To this
day? Absolutely. So it went from him whooping my ass to him teaching me a few things. I surely appreciate it. That's the old NBA. That's how I used to.
Bird had a 40-point triple-double in Kemp's first meeting against the Celtics.
Bird on the 20-year-old Kemp takes a fall away. Oh, he's got 40.
Respected NBA analyst and sharpshooter Dennis Scott came into the NBA as the 4th pick in the 1991 draft.
Bird was the only one that really kind of, in his soft-spoken way, when we talk about guys talking trash.
Yeah.
Hey, Rook, good to see you. Hey, great college career. I'm going to catch the ball. I'm going to pump fake. You're going to reach for it. You're going to get fouled. 2 tweets. You're going to have a seat. Lo and behold, Dan, he catches the ball, he pump fakes, I go for it, I reach, first foul. I come down court, Scott Skiles kicks me the ball, I shoot a three. In your face, Larry Legend. Yes, I'm feeling good, Dan. He catches the ball again, catches it, my dumb self reaches for it again, tweet, go have a seat. I see second quarter, Rook.
Bird wants the ball on Dennis Scott. Can't blame him. 2 more. Scott, quick move, trying to dish it inside. Got it back. Blocked by Bird.
Legendary Clyde Drexler came into the league 1983-84 season at the peak of Bert's prime, taught the young fella what greatness was all about.
I was guarding in my rookie year. He looked at me and he goes, "You can't stop me." And I looked at him and I said, "Gosh, boy, you're so confident." He was confident. You're a rookie. You don't know anything. He proceeded to score like 10 straight points on me. The coach took me out the game. He walks by and he's laughing at me.
Bert finished the game with an insane 41, 14, and 7 stat line. Rookie Clyde a miserable 4 points, 3 fouls, and 14 minutes off the bench. A Boston 115-106 win. Larry already finished his NBA career, but had his last dance enjoying the prestigious gold medal for Team USA. A bunch of college kids, many of whom future NBA stars, especially Chris Webber, shares his incredible Bert story, leaving everybody in awe.
Getting off the plane and I see a sign and it says Mr. Bird and Mr. Webber. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, no way. And so I get in the car and it's Larry fucking Bird. And I shake his hand, I'm quiet, trying to feel that balance in the car and everything. And it's the old school limo sitting in the back. And when we get out, he doesn't say much, but when we get out, he goes, hope you get your sleep tonight because I'm gonna bust your ass tomorrow.
Yes.
And I didn't know what to say, but I knew this is a moment you have to say something. Like you can't. And I was like, Larry, your back is already hurting, man. You need to take it easy. And then I run to the room and I call my father. I'm like, Dad, Larry Bird was just talking shit to me.
Kentucky's Jamal Mashburn talks about the first time he met with Larry Legend, summer of '92.
We go up to our floor and we're walking in the corridor and we see this tall white guy coming down the hall. And I'm like, damn, that looked like Larry Bird. So Larry Bird coming down the hallway, me and Chris Webber, and Larry Bird, you don't realize how big Larry Bird is until you stand up close to Larry Bird.
Exactly.
Larry Bird, legit 6'10".
Real talk. When I first stood up against him when he was coaching the pace, I was like, damn.
So he walked by us and he says, y'all those college guys? And we was like, yeah, we the college guys. And he looked at us and he said, get some fucking rest. It's gonna be a long week, and walked off. And we was like, what the hell?
On to the Rodney Rogers story.
We get back to the hotel. Rodney Rogers says something it's a group of them. It's Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, and everybody's shooting the shit. And Rodney Rogers said, hey, Larry, you ain't hit a jumper since '84. Magic heard that shit. And we ain't think nothing of it. The next day we came in and I never seen this. And this one I was like, this is a different breed. Magic Johnson fed Larry Bird the ball probably about 8 times in a row down court. Larry Bird got the ball on Rodney Rogers, and every time he was about to make a move, he told him what he was going to do. 1 dribble, pull up, going left, off glass. 1 dribble, going right, spin, shot, bucket. He scored 9 times or 8 times in a row, left the court to go lay down because he couldn't sit on a bench. He had to lay down because of his back. And said, young fella, look like 84, huh?
Former Bull Stacy King shares how embarrassed he was witnessing Larry's abilities.
Going up against Larry Bird, Phil had designed a defensive play with me and Horace to switch. We were the same size. So he said, Stacy, when you switch out to Larry, deny him the ball and make him get as far past the three-point line as possible. So when I'm guarding Larry, my feet are actually on the three-point line. Shot clock's winding down. He's telling me, hey, Rook, you gonna give me the shot? And I'm like, shit, shoot it. You're 35 feet away. He goes, if I take this shot and make it, you're coming out the game. You hear Phil Jackson, get up on Jordan. I'm waving Phil off like, shut up. He just jumps up, shoots the ball, knocks it down. And I knew someone's coming in for me. It's Scotty. I'm going out. He said, I told you. Now go sit your little young ass down. He comes back and he said, hey, Rook, don't feel bad. I do your boy Pip like this all the time.
Former Sports Illustrated writer Curry Fitzpatrick once told the compelling story about one of the first interactions between Michael Jordan and Prime Bird.
The 84 Olympic team was playing an exhibition game against a bunch of pros, including Larry Bird, and they were in the warm-ups. And a ball bounced down from the college end of the court to the pro end. And Michael Jordan went down to chase it. The ball happened to be picked up by Larry Bird. And Michael went up a few feet away from Larry Bird and held out his hands. And Bird took the ball and fired it back down the court over Jordan's head, as if to say, you're not only not getting this ball, I don't give a damn who you are. Larry Bird knows exactly who this guy is and what's going to happen in the next few years. And he wants to get every edge he can get right now.
Former Celtics teammate Brian Shaw recalls his first practice and crazy impression of Bird's brashiness.
I was like, man, they letting this white boy who can't jump, who's not athletic, kill them like that. He ain't that damn good until I got there.
Yeah.
And I remember one of the first practices, he told me and Reggie Lewis, he said, I want to play you guys 1-on-2. up to 7, right? And so, like, come on, man. He's like, the only catch is I get the ball first. Me and Reggie look at each other, we like, yeah, all right, man, whatever. So the next thing you know, it's 6-0.
Yeah.
Right? We ain't even touched the ball yet. He gets his first 6 shots.
Yeah.
So when it got to be 6-0, we go into 7, we like, because it would be like one of us would guard him and another one would be ready to try to get the rebound. So we like, fuck that. We double teamed him. He finally missed. We got the ball. And then we just kind of played keep away from him. We ended up coming back and winning 7-6. So then I was like, and that was one of my early experiences with him. I was like, okay, all right, he got a little bit more than what I thought he had. Then when we started playing, he was cooking everybody, but talking shit and telling them about it.
Former legend Reggie Miller, coached by Bird, had their fair shares of matchups.
You know, I'm going to try to, throw off his rhythm, thinking I'm going to throw off Larry Bird's rhythm. And, as the official goes to give the guy the ball, you'll cross the lane, like, hold up, you'll cross the lane and, just try to ice the shooter a little bit. I did that once, and then I kind of did it again, right? So he gets the ball from the official dribblers once. He's like, Reggie, are you freaking kidding me? Yeah. Reggie, are you fucking kidding me? I'm the best shooter this game has ever seen. You think you're gonna be able to ice me as he's talking? Next one, wah! Damn. I walk to the other side, and Kevin McHale goes, yeah, that was kind of stupid of you to do something like that, right?
During the 1989-90 season, the Pacers made a huge mistake, sending helpless rookie George MacLeod to guard Larry Bird. Bird didn't even talk to MacLeod. He straight up went to Indiana's bench and said, I know you guys are desperate, but can't you find someone who at least has a prayer? And that's Larry Bird in a nutshell. He didn't just score on you, he crushed your confidence and made sure your team knew about it, things that you'll remember for the rest of your life.